Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, to the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye to Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a Lucifer to light your fang, smile, boys, that's the start. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a Lucifer to light your fang, smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to attempt, let me re-emphasize, attempt to wrap up Iron Caskets Steel Glory. Will that happen? I do not know yet. I am not psychic. I really wish I was, and I wish I could tell the future, but these are superpowers I do not have. So what did I do yesterday? And kind of through time since the last stream. One, I added the quirks. Quirks, originally I wanted to go pretty in-depth with them. However, I realized that for every tank that had a quirk, there were about a dozen that didn't, so it didn't really become, dare I say, needed to go like full ham on this section. So I put it in like, okay, you can put a quirk on if you want. There's an upside, there's a downside. For example, oh hey, you're an open top design. You know, the fact that, you know, hey, your guys are exposed to small arms fire, but your silhouette is lower and you have increased mobility. You can just move faster because you don't have as much armor. Or things like, where was it? Amphibious design. Hey, yeah, you can actually, you know, be competent when you're actually trying to, like, get across rivers and, like, try to navally invade. The problem being you're bigger and you're slower. Which could be good for some things, which is why, or it could be incredibly bad. Like, you don't want to put that on a super heavy tank, for example. Amphibious super heavies do not exist, because they will go zero. Add a little bit of personalization images. Where was this? Fixed order infantry about. Pretty much the idea behind order infantry is that the more experienced the squad is, the harder it is to control, but again, the more valuable they are. So you roll 2d10 plus whatever your radio is, and the thing is, you can have a radio operator or your commander themselves do this. So if you have additional actions but no crew, have the commander do it. Now this is useful because you can get a lot of people, like a lot of lower tier squads in, or you can get like one really good squad. So it's kind of your back and forth how you want to handle that. Your decision. Let me do a quick double check to make sure. I've been... yeah. I don't really need this section anymore. This guy got addressed later points. I didn't realize it. So we have our example tank. I don't really need to clarify that much anymore because I've got everything kind of set up the way it's supposed to be. Ammo works. I also added these 3 sections. Towing a tank, like, oh hey, we're towing a tank. You have to be equal size or higher, but you're reducing your movement by by half. So you're going incredibly slow, which is bad. There's a chance that if someone's hopping on infantry on your tank, the goal is that squad will take half the damage, half the damage times 5 to their squad before it hits you, which does technically mean that it's very viable to use infantry as impromptu armor. Have an infantry squad right on your back, you get hit for 10 damage, you're going to take, your armor may block 5 of it, but they're also going to take 25 damage, which is damn near instantly fatal. That's, half a squad's HP. And for higher ones, it is almost instantly fatal. For non-tank vehicles, I could put a lot of information. I'm going to be detailing that a little bit more in the regiment section. However, the idea is you treat them the exact same, but they usually don't have any armor, 1. And if they do have armor, it's going to be very little, and their silhouette's usually a lot less. No, they're easier to hit. The problem, and they're not easier to hit, but if you do hit them, they're going to die. You hit a car with a tank shell, the car is going to explode. I hate to break it to you, everyone. So Fields of Chaos. I did a little bit of just a once over to make sure. Changed example these to example strategic features. Let's see. Oh yeah, airfield. What I should do? Fuck. Add-ons. Short paragraph. There we go. So we have our base terrain types: forest, hills, jungle, marsh, mountain, plains. What I can do is here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna keep the battlefield size because, like, my example battlefield here was kind of just a little desert area. This wasn't really, it's like, here's some basic mountains, here's a roadway, here's kind of a, lightly kind of farming fields area, because there's a little river here, and here's where you kind of have to go. So you have kind of a clear path of engagement, clear path of like, okay, well, we might be ambushed here, there might be an ambush right here, what's in these hills. Let's see. Precarious subject. Okay. How do I want to do this? Let's put you down a page. I'm going to put this right down here. What we're going to call this urban terrain types. And I'm just going to put this here just to make sure all the formatting is the same. And we're going to do parks. So let's do parts of a city. Actually, let's go to Berlin. Okay, so you got these bigger buildings, you got a lot of streetways. Okay. So let's do something like we have parks, suburban, dense urban. What would be some parts of it? Well, parts of a city. You know what we can do? We can go to the Bella Soba, obviously. Here. Let's see, suburban, dense, urban. I got everyone in here to annoy the shit out of everyone, but that's what I do. So, what we need to do, actually what we can do is we'll do parks. Open design to encourage, to bring nature into the city. To the tanker. Actually, what I can do is we can do open parks, forested parks. Open designs bring nature to the city. To the tankers in, to the tanker fighting inside of it. Open ground. Open ground. That's easy for ambushes. Okay, we got some good idea. We can do something. Yeah, we can do something like docks, travel hub. Administrative area. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. So, parks, that's easy for ambushes. There's going to be no bonus / penalty here. The idea being that's literally, it's just an open park. Forested parks. Fauna to block out the concrete cityscape. These parks are both exposed to fire. Also able to hide a crafty crew. We'll use the forest. There we go. We'll use the forest example. Right, now we're getting to things like suburbia. Another destroy. Move from street to street. All movement is reduced by 2. Is reduced by 1. Have a -3 penalty. actually what I should do. Drivers are constricted to use available streets, but buildings are easily destroyed. I mean, the adversaries are fucking Karens. Yeah, let's see. So dense urban. So packed tight with apartment complexes, other concrete monoliths. Restriction in movement. Restriction in movement and bend these areas from advancing tankers is simple. All movement is reduced by 1 because you're kind of forced to take the streets. Restricted to use available streets. Buildings cannot be easily destroyed and require heavy ordnance. Business district. Glamorous malls and storefronts line the area. Promoting large parking lots, as well as tight alleyways for foot traffic. Drivers are constricted to use streets, but can maneuver around in parking lots and other open spaces. Buildings can be destroyed, but larger buildings are much more difficult. The idea being you can mow through a mom and pop, Dollar General. You can mow through that easy. You can't mow through Walmart easy with your fucking your fucking tank. That's not the very different. I should actually add. If we go down here, urban combat. Urban combat tank. Each area a space may be occupied. A space or multiple spaces may be taken up by buildings. These buildings are passable until they are destroyed and reduced to rubble. Often high explosive, often driving through them 3 of them is enough to destroy them. However, larger buildings may just damage the tank without putting a high explosive round into it. Docks are pivotal point in the area to granting the city access to the sea or major river. While it is open, it is also claustrophobic at certain kill points, forcing the tankers to think of their approach. Drivers are constricted to use streets. Drivers are not constricted to streets, but not constricted to use streets. Buildings can be destroyed, but larger buildings are much more difficult. Tanks do not float. Location defined by an open area to allow mass transit, be it a train station, an airport, or a civilian airport. Moving across it is easy, but holding it is entirely different. Drivers not constricted by streets. Administrative. Densely packed. Nearly impossible for tanks to maneuver. These Byzantine streets, high rises, and other major pieces of infrastructure. Oof. There we go. Everyone's like, oh my god, I'm getting my game jam in. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I already got my game jam in like a week ago. I don't have to worry about these problems. These Byzantine. Make blockades easy. Let's see, drivers are constricted to use streets. There we go. The administrative district sucks. This is really tight turns, and it's like, oh god, what hell have we entered? If you ever want a fun fact about tank fighting, it's urban situations suck for tank fighting. They really suck. But if that's kind of like one major thing you can always kind of account for is tanks are big, scary, and can easily destroy things. Inside cities is very different. You do not have all the advantages you have on a normal situation. I'm getting a phone call now. Awesome. Okay, give me 1 second. I love my mom to death. Let me just reiterate that real fast. I love my mom. She likes to talk though. My mother is the kind of person who is just like, oh, I'm gonna call you for a 5-second thing, and then she will just not. She will continue to talk. I love her to death though. She just really likes to have big conversations, but me and her are the exact same in that regard. Like, there's no small talk sometimes. It's just like, no, we are now having this very large conversation about everything. Did I call, to ask, how do I make, chicken ravioli? Yeah, I did, but who cares? We are now, we are now talking business. We are now talking big news here. Let's see. Packed infrastructure. I can probably organize this. I'm going to organize this later, probably, just because it's going to be such a... Pieces of infrastructure. Slap an image right there. So what I can do is I can put a side note in. We'll do side note... a city suit. Broken concrete. Difficult to pass rubble. If a space has rubble, then reduce movement by 1. Wait. If the space has rubble, then the space is treated as if it is dangerous, dealing minimal damage, dealing a little damage to treads and the transmission. Driving over it. Most bombed out cities do not have proper infrastructure any longer. Resulting in most situations being the no roads variety. Even if the tankers are technically, quote, on roads, they don't gain the bonus. Okay, slap an image right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Highways, roads, paths. Okay, safe, dangerous, hazardous, steadily. What I can do is I'm going to put a new side note here. What I'm going to do is put a side note. Tank traps, barricades. Tank traps are a other barricades. Prevent the movement. Barricades. Prevent the movement of most tanks in situation. Actually, obstacles prevent the movements of the tank in most situations, whether from a defensive or offensive point of view. Encountering a barricade. Actually, when encountering an obstacle, tanker will have to move. The crew will have to move out of the way to avoid running into it. If the crew were to run into a barricade, an obstacle, they will take 1d6, 1d8, 1d10 internal damage, depending on the seriousness of the obstacle. As a side note, not all obstacles can be immediately seen. While others are far more fatal than others. And what does that mean? That means don't run into tank traps, because tank traps, can be hidden in places. Or, hey, don't fall into the literal hole with mines at the very bottom of it, that when you fall into it, it will explode, killing everybody. Or, hey, actually, here, let me see if I can't bring up tank traps. Yeah, like, these are tank traps. Oh, God, nope, let's move the right window. Yeah, these are tank traps. Now, these may not seem very intimidating until you realize that running into them fucks your armor up. Like, really badly. And it holds you down. It's, like, these, if you run into this with your tank, your entire bottom's going to get shredded. That's the main issue, that your bottom gets shredded. So yeah, you can burst right through them, but your bottom's going to get absolutely shredded. You're going to get stuck. That's the main issue for a lot of these. You're going to get stuck, and it's going to be painful for you to actually deal with. Actually, I should put that in. You'll also immediately stop. Require 1d10 plus speed. Plus current speed, internal damage. You'll also immediately stop, requiring to be towed out of the trap. Like, that's, like, arguably the biggest issue with a lot of tank traps, is that you end up just slamming into them and breaking something, or they don't, or they prevent you from moving properly. Like, it's check. Yeah, you get, like, these things are called check hedgehogs. And it's the dragon teeth, right? Check dragon teeth? Yeah. Here are the dragon teeth. These things will fuck you up. You drive over them. The problem is you get high centered, or it punctures things. So you don't quite know what's going on. So yeah, you can slam into fucking concrete. You're gonna get stopped. That's the issue. And then another tank's gonna come up and blow your fucking head off. Because you suck. Feel free to pop at the top rule effective tank commanders. I'm gonna bump it up to 4 spaces, so it's gonna be let's say I'm right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you get a pretty good range if you do this, kind of like right in front of you, but you don't know anything on your sides. Yeah, I'm not going to put amping the real. I'm not going to put, instead of amping up the realism, I'm going to say popping the top. I could probably put that in the rules somewhere, but I don't feel that's necessarily super appropriate. Let's see. Things maybe spot with. Will be spotted within 4 spaces of another crew within sight of an enemy infantry scouted by reconnaissance or discovered by aerial flyby. Okay. Now we're entering in what I like to call... yeah. Behold, desert tree blocks. Yeah, I made that in hexagrapher. Yeah, hexagrapher, that was what I did it in. And the idea is like, oh, here's a little river that you can't really cross, and you can kind of hide in, versus like these bigger hills and these little hills up here. Very, very simplistic map. All right, so let's see. There's one more positive than negative attribute. What do you call these? Attribute perks? Commanding officer has one or more positive than negative traits at all times. And then the negative traits. Has one more positive than negative trait. Yeah. So if we do that, the idea is like you always have has one more positive than negative trait. So you get first one for free, and then it's like negative, positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative. Yeah. If you want heavy armored waifus, I mean, I do have Sencha Do rules. Like that is technically an idea. Like if you want, you can just play the Gurus und Panzer Sencha Do variety of Iron Caskets if you truly want to lose your mind. I know one person I knew, they wanted to try to make this just like full on Sencha Do. I'm like, please don't do that. Analyze in aviation, support check strat +5, auxiliary force. I'm going to cancel out auxiliary force. Going to replace it with Brotherhood of Steel. And we're going want to say crew cohesion. Starts at cohesive. So pretty much you get one free action. Got Sisters of Battle. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I want to scrap Commando. I'm not really doing anything with deployment phases or anything like that. So what I can do... Reroll a single attacks damage once per mission. Red coin. The idea being like, oh hey, you know, it's a flip the coin, desert fox, mobility in desert, expert mechanics checks are +5, glory hound, honorable opponent. All tanks have a +1 mobility, immediate personality, sort of 10 fame, mountaineer, +2 mobility in mountain, officer and a gentleman. He's getting +4 tactics on first turn. Panzer General. Cautious vehicles have -1 mobility. Yeah, this is very bad, by the way. Not aircraft support, cannot request artillery support, disgrace commander, -10 fame, -2 combat rating on the attack. All logistics costs double, inept logistics. Man, the High Castle has -4 to the first initiative roll, no country for old men. Regiment composition. To give you the idea of why this is somewhat important, this is where the characters are in this. This is it. This is where they are, right there, right there. Not very important overall. At the start of campaigns, instead of the war mass, acquire ammunition, repair damaged vehicles. Okay. Okay, Yeah, this entire section is going to need a fucking update right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select everything here. Control C, go to back to Iron Caskets, go to tank descriptions. Hello. Hey, buddy. Hey, stream, what's up? What's up, boo-boo? What's up, boo-boo? Twitch, please. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Hi, I'm alive. Yeah, for some reason, Twitch has been, I wonder if I can even show this here. So, no, stream, you are not unstable. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing currently going wrong at this time. You have no right to be unstable. What is... Yeah, so I just want to give you the idea of what's currently going on. So give me one moment here. I can. So this is the stream health. Everything's fine, except for like these massive dips. And I just checked back. It was like, okay, where's the dip? And it's like 600 kilobytes. It's like cool. Yeah, it's like I like never have any issues with Twitch until it does something completely fucking stupid like this. Yeah, it's saying I have a poor network connection. There's nothing has changed. I wonder, do I have like something open that shouldn't be open? If I want to, I can go. Wait. Discord fucking something up? I don't know why it would. It's never done that before. Do I have something wrong with OBS? No. It's actually doing quite well for itself. All right. Let's restart. Yeah, all right. We're back. Everything is fine. Everything is fine now, I guess. Okay. Oh, no. Calm down. Okay. We're good. I don't know why it does this. Twitch, please. Actually, if I were to be a betting man, you want to make a bet probably what's going on? I would probably some like big streamer somewhere started something up. Oh, God. And Twitch entirely is just like, no. Sorry, Ninja Fortnite decided to. Yeah, he wants to do a big stream on Twitch or something. He's still relevant, right? I'm not this much of a boomer, am I? Yeah, Ninja Fortnite, he's still relevant. Jesus, this dude's 30? Fuck me. God, he's a fucking boomer. Jesus. God, what a loser. Yeah, that's my hot take of the year, you know. It's fucking, that guy is, yeah. I had a friend who was obsessed with Ninja for a long time there. I mean, obsessed. He bought the mice. He's got the shirt. He's got the sweater. Both sweaters, I should add. And I'm like, but why? Like he plays Fortnite, for fuck's sake. It's not exactly a prestigious position to be in. Like, ah, yes, I play Fortnite for a living. Like, good God, man. I mean, it makes more money than I'll ever fucking see, but Jesus. Start the campaign, Regiment begin the set of logistics turned by the War Master. This can be spent to acquire ammunition, request support, repair major damage to vehicles, certain events, situations, combat scenarios, increase or decrease religion. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put separate ammunition types, artillery support, infantry support, aerial tank repair, replace tank and crew. Alright, so we're going to go over each of these. So, artillery support, infantry support, naval support, aerial support. Aerial support's probably going to get a lot. So, attritioning is going to be its own thing, I think. So if we do something like this. So if we start with artillery support, okay. Artillery. And enemy positions. Annihilating fortifications. Artillery is expensive. Requires time to set up fully. Acquisitioning artillery. Okay, so actually we'll do target number 15. Let's do playing the game. What's an average? So a hard check is 15. So if we use TN 15 for most things, cuckoo choo choo, we can make that work. We can make it work. All right, requisitioning artillery. The various batteries of Allied forces. Fire on a. It would be. We'll want to do a cone. No, fire on a location in one of 3 methods. We can either do the honeycomb method. Select one space. Select one space and all adjacent spaces. Space and all adjacent spaces are struck by the artillery. Rolling Thunder. Select one space. Select one space. Trace a line up to 5 spaces in a straight line. and artillery will strike each of those next turn. And finally, it's scanner shot. Select one space. Ooh. So if we use our example map down here, so let's say, so the honeycomb would be, you have this middle one, it goes everywhere around it, pretty much a fairly focused fire. Line would be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pretty much just annihilate 5 acres worth of land. God. What we do is, like, we do a heavy bombard, like just a single bombardment. Actually, yeah, let's do focus fire. Actually, struck by artillery 3 times. Actually, what we can do TN 10, 15, or 20. Artillery will deal damage equal to the type called in. TN 10 called in. Light artillery deals 1d10 damage. It's also the target number 10. That does 2d10 damage. TN 20 does 4d10 damage. Hellfire, it's terrifying. You don't actually really want to use that much logistics. You don't want to use an excessive amount of these things because it's expensive. You know, you can get denied being like, yeah, no, we're not firing Hellfire artillery. But that's your action. You're taking time to use it. But it's like, well, okay, we need light artillery right now. Can we spare the 10 logistics to actually fire it? Probably heavy artillery is the most consistent, but Hellfire can absolutely shred anything you dislike. infantry support. Okay. His backbone. Calling in addition. Has an infantry squad. Has the infantry next round, I should say. Location in 1 to 3 message each. Take a full round to deliver their payload. Payload to the location. Planning ahead is essential. Actually, desire strategically. The infantry squad will have a combat rating of 0 unless 2 additional logistics. We'll have the combat rating of 0, rookies, and no equipment. And the infantry squad will have a combat rating of 0, rookies, and no equipment if they are unable to. No additional equipment. Unless the tank commander opts to request higher combat, higher CR troops, plus 3 logistics per rank, and additional equipment. Plus 3 logistic per rank / equipment. So if you want your awesome Panzer Grenadiers to show up, you're gonna pay for them. Should put in once deployed. Infantry squad will follow the key order. Will follow the main order of all infantry. Infantry squads, but can be controlled by the tank commander that called them for a round. So yeah, summoning more of these people, good idea for a time, but it won't win. Yeah, it's the crap. We need to take this bridge. Call in the pen. We need to take care of an enemy battery around the corner. Call in the fucking Panzer Grenadiers. They need to deal with the people trying to murder us. Wait, why is this heading 4? Archivo 12. Okay, weird. Logistics rank. Okay, we got we'll do 10 plus naval support. Okay, naval support. if available. The Navy asks to the battlefield, allowing particular battlefields to be made a hellscape of battery fire to cut without major fear of reprisal. What I can actually do positioning naval support, Allied naval forces, what I can do, be real fucking lazy about it, but it'll work. Naval batteries. Batteries will deal damage equal to the type. Logistics cost. The idea being it's cheaper. It's way cheaper to do this. And they're going to do a little bit more damage. They're going to do increased 1d10 damage, health. Cheaper logistically, same difficulty of doing it. But the main advantage, you could say, the main advantage is that it's cheaper on the logistic side, with the downside being that it's like, oh hey, it has to be in a fucking naval zone. Like sometimes the Navy cannot help. Fun fact. Nails. Requires to be naval services, allied forces. If they are unable to. Let's see. How far can a ship fire? Shore bombardment. Shore bombard. Miles. Okay. Allied forces. 20 miles / 30. It's 36 kilometers. 32 kilometers. 32 kilometers. Select all of these. We want to select Archivo, normal text, Archivo 12. And the thing is, like, this always was meant to be in the game. It just never was. During the initial drafting of Iron Caskets, these things like this just never made the cut. They just kind of got forgotten, and I got real burnt out about this time, so actually it'd be 10, 15, not 10, 15, 20, it's 5, 10, 15. Aerial support. Aerial support. Provide a large advantage. You can control the sky, allowing various forces to understand the ground situation, where their troops may not have perfect information. For tankers, the air is essential. Air is essential to victory, as much as it is dangerous to their continued survival. Aerial support comes in three variety. So you have close air support, gas, deals direct damage to tankers. 2 tanks every round, potentially knocking out essential systems, or killing them outright. Air supremacy. Fighters engage in the sky in a deadly dance of bullets and wings. Fighters reduce the amount of damage cast can do, but is countered by additional air supremacy. And finally, reconnaissance is essential to victory in any war. Recon planes fly low and fast to find targets for the tankers to deal with. Recon planes can be shot down quickly, though. Okay, so we're gonna go back here. We're gonna scroll all the way up. I need to check something. Reduction in air support. All right. How do we want to do air support? Hoi for close air support. Have no fear. Air warfare. Okay. Let's see. Air wings, carrier fleets. Efficient land combat. Wings with this mission participate in land combat. Threat strategic cohesion. The skills bonus. Strength of enemy divisions. Okay. We want to do reduction air support. Okay. Reduction in CAS. So if we're doing this idea, so let's see. So come in 3 varieties, and we're going to have to do close air supports. Ten logistics. When a wing CAS is called in, they produce a total of 15 CAS support. All attack. Every round, every tank, every tank that is not concealed or hidden, hidden. I think that's not concealed will take CAS support divided by 5 damage to a random system to represent getting bombed. CAS can be turned instead on infantry. Lowering all enemy squad health. Health by 15 every round. Squad health by the CAS support. Total 15 CAS support every round. Every tank that is not concealed. Lowering all enemy squad health by the CAS support produced. Air supremacy. 10 logistics. When a wing of fighters called in, they reduce CAS support. By 2 every round. Actually, the fighters is called in. They reduce enemy CAS and increased ally CAS by 2 every round. This stacks for every. What if we do that? This stacks for every fighter wing deployed. This is a completely jank fucking method. Holy shit, this is super janky. There's no good way of doing this. Yeah, it's CAS support's kind of the best I can do, and then we do air supremacy. Air supremacy reduces it by 5. We actually bump it up to 8 logistics. Stacks for every fighter wing deployed. air supremacy. If multiple enemy wings. If multiple if multiple wings on both sides are deployed. If multiple wings on both sides are deployed, then the bonus / penalty is only granted to who holds air supremacy. Holds air supremacy. Most wing. The highest value gained / lost per round. If it is, actually, I should say, they reduce enemy or cast, increase ally cast by 2 every round if cast is present. So you need close air support to get it. This builds it or reduces it by virtue of protecting them. And but if you don't have any cast, you're not going to get any bonus, but you're preventing them from gaining a bonus. That's kind of the advantage there. Which means that these things are actually pretty damn scary when you get the rate of fires in, because they can reduce it by an insane amount, which I should actually technically roll back a little bit. If I do something like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 here, then do 5, 8. 5, 8, 12, 15, 18, 21 here. And then we can do something like 8, actually 7. We do 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. That's not right. That's not right at all. 13, 16. Why is that increased so small? Because that's not by 11. 14, 16, 17, 20, 22. So it's a 2 increase. 2 increase, 2 increase, 2 increase. All right. So technically you would need improvement tier 3 to immediately destroy that. Tier 4 to immediately destroy. Tier 4 to immediately destroy an air wing. Cool. Yeah, that works. So heavy self-propelled artillery guns are going to be able to... It takes 2 rounds to effectively destroy them all, but that's 2 rounds of damage that you possibly can't afford to take. So that's fine. Finally, and then recon plane. Actually, the wings will continue to fight for 5 rounds until all cats have. How long was an average air mission in World War II? These things probably weren't terribly long because you need to go in, pull out. So, Steel Battalion Normandy. Is that it? Normandy 44. Steel Division, that's it. Steel 44 aircraft time. How long? Give me a Spitfire. Where is my bloody Spitfire? Seafire. Ah, there we go, Spitfire. Typhoon. Well, technically this is 44, I guess. P-38, Lightning Dogfighter. Okay, there we go. Spitfire. Spitfire. Let's see. British Air Unit. How long? I don't think they last terribly long. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to a cast wing. Cast wing will depart after 3 full rounds or until cast is reduced to 0, signifying they retreated or been blown out of the sky. Supremacy will fight until all casts have disappeared on either side. Recon plane, 2 logistics. We can. And Allied forces. It will move. It will move. 3 space. It'll move 5, 6, 7. We'll actually call it 7 spaces around, and will detect any tank, infantry, hidden obstacle. Hidden obstacle. It can see in that area. If the recon plane is shot down during this time, it will not reveal everything. Will not reveal anything. Only what it has gone over. There we go. So this is my incredibly jank-ass method of doing this, but it should, I do say should, work. I don't know why it also is defaulting to fucking heading 4 for everything. It shouldn't be that way. Archivo 12. This is kind of like an unnecessary amount of rules for fucking flying planes. Yes, it is. This is an absurd amount of rules for something like this, but I feel it's important in its own way. Because if you don't do it, people are going to get mad. Now we get to do this part. Actually, it's 10, 8, 2. So it would be 2, 8, 10. 2, 8, 10. Tank repair, 1 per destroyed module. 5 logistics. Just replace the tank and crew. Replace crew members, 2 logistics. Plus 1 logistics for additional skill levels. Actually, we'll do 1 logistics plus 1 additional skill levels. Yeah. Cut off from supply. Cut off. The regiment will... actually, the regiment will gain a stipend of logistics at the start of every month to represent new supplies coming in, and feeding the men and feeding the soldiers. If there was a time that the regiment is cut off from supplies, unable to gain access to them for whatever reason, such as being surrounded, or supply convoys being raided, then the regiment is considered to be attritioning. What I can do is I address attritioning up here. It reaches 0 during this time. Into attrition. It's all vehicle health by 1 of all modules. All crew health by 1 and reduce infinite for every month without supplies. Hello, phone. How are you? I said this was going to be a notepad must die, so I'm pushing through as much as I can get done. There may actually even be a stream later after I get done with a few things for just more stuff to get done, because this took a little bit longer than I was hoping. So if we go here, Buckles und Panzer. So we went from 2 pages to 1, 2. So we went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. We tripled the number of pages in this. Awesome. So yeah, cut off from supply. Put an image right there, probably of starving Germans. Because fun fact, never invade Russia, kids. Never invade Russia. Russia sucks. Land war in Asia, not fun for anyone involved. Battles and scenarios. Battles purpose. Actually, I don't think I need to add any more for battles and scenarios. The idea behind this section... The idea behind the battles and scenarios section was to be a method for GMs to say, okay, we're going under a war. You know, it's a set of battles that are taking place because we are in a... God damn it, Twitch. What is this shit? It is a method for, you know, okay, we're doing a minor battle right now. It's going to take there's going to be about 6 battles taking place. And hey, it's a completely valid tactic to run away. Take everything and get out. We cannot win this battle. We are too injured. We are too, or hey, we've already won the majority of these battles. We're going to win. Let's play it safe. We're not going to succeed at our objectives here, but that's fine because we've already won. But it's like, okay, well, we want to cripple the enemy supplies. All right, we might want to do that. Even though we've technically won, we want to win harder. Like, the decisive battle, this is like the Battle of Kursk. That's like decisive battle. That's like the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in history. Like major battle, like major important pushes, strategic importance. All of these things kind of have their own idea behind them. All right, so friend and foe alike. Turn my 2d10 for each of them, then adding the bonus penalties associated with the commander. Enemy. Okay, actually, we have a little bit of room. You can do honor values, negative 10 to 0, negative 10 to 0. Monsters. Actually, what I can do... We'll do this. Honor can be traded in. Fame can be doing that. However, if we do add this, what we could do is trading honor. The value of honor and fame. Outside of being a narrative device, the ability to invest unique perks for the regiment to enjoy. Honor. honor can be invested. Effectiveness of commanders. Every 5, what we do something like every 5 honor invested. Actually, every 5 honor or fame invested into the regiment may be used to gain additional bonuses for the regiment. Should the regiment lose this honor or fame, the bonuses disappear with it. Increase commander skills by +1. Increase new commander skills by 1. Attributes. Increase a new commander's attribute by +1. Increase the number of starting skills a crew possesses by +1. Increase logistics by logistics stipend. Actually, increase starting logistics by +5. Then fame, increase crew cohesion by 1 step. Increase the number of hard points on the tanks by +1. Increased logistics stipend by +3, actually by +5. Yeah, okay, there we go. So let's see, this is heading 3, so this has to be heading 4. Trading honor and fame. Let's see. A side note. Uses. Are an ability to leverage perks from high command that the regimental commander may call in or persuade others to give them. When determining if there is an excess of honor and fame outside all of the corpses to produce such a surplus, consider using it to gain narrative advantages, or other unique abilities per campaign, that are unique to the campaign in general. For example, playing Soviet tankers in World War II can leverage their fame to have a permanent squad or two, have a permanent squad of infantry, follow them around, because the regiment is incredibly famous to the various partisans fighting in the cold. Another example, playing at, maybe another good example. Yeah, playing as a Panzer Corps at the tail end of World War II. Have the players leverage all of their remaining regimental honor to avoid being killed in the epilogue or surrendering to the friendlier side of the war. Yeah, because nothing says, oh boy, than having a massive amount of Russians being this like, oh hey, by the way, there will be no survive. We do not take prisoners at this point. Like, oh no, oh no, I do not want to be here anymore. Iron Caskets is built for World War II stuff, but you can technically play it elsewhere and do other things with it. But I should actually put that in. Higher payment, mercenary company, because they are that good. Yeah. You want to play the Hammer Slammers, go for it. Alright, so inclusionary battle of conflict. If a majority of crew members survive, if more than half of the crew were to die, or the tank commander were to perish, lose one step of cohesion, perish during the fight. Regardless of cohesion, survives battle, kills rival tank, infantry support, infantry squad. Because yeah, no, this is how you technically gain honor and fame, by dying. You die and you will get more honor and more fame. That is how you get more. All right, let's do I want some better examples? This is a literal child. Let's see some other. The conscientious objector. This crewman believes war is pointless and objects to killing. They cannot invest in any skill. They cannot invest in any skills except medic and mechanic. Medic. But they gain a flat +2 to both of those. To start. The Holy Man. This crewman is a member of the faith. While they grant everybody in the tank a +1 to all of their rolls. They cannot gain any skills except in medic. Because they are a literal priest. Yeah, also, dog. Am I saying a dog is a completely valid member to put in your tank? Yes. I expect you to put a dog in your tank. Which was actually, I think it was a really popular Polish TV show. God, what was... Four tank men and a dog. It was a Polish show in, like, the 60s. Why does that exist? Who knows? Don't worry. I watched a lot of it. I had to. Let's see. Use a piece of fate. Iron Caskets out of the game when one of the characters. Let's see. What else do I really need to? Okay, I could expand these out. All right. Let's do Fate of the Regiment. So it's not offensively orange. Can be used. Let's see. And I may also choose to spend fate to increase in infantry squads its health by a flat +20 to keep them alive. Let's see. So supply problem. So the starting amount of fate for a regiment is 5. However, more precarious situations and deadlier predicaments may raise the starting amount. However, fate cannot exceed the number of tankers times 3. Players times 3. So if there's 3 players, that means you can't have more than 9. If there's 5 players, you can't have more than 15. That's just to balance things out. It's not a great... These are extra treads. These are little bonus things that I think would be fun. I'm not going to expand these out too much. Because honestly, I don't feel I need to. Destiny. Individual resource. Individual resource of a tank commander. Ability to persevere in situations and fight back against the cruel reality of war. It is their destiny. It is their destiny. Push forward and claim victory. Even if their final destiny may be a shallow grave in the countryside. When a tank commander uses destiny, they can re-roll all of their dice for a check, ignore damage for the entire round, or prevent a crew member's death. Destiny cannot be earned back. Though. Once it is spent, it is spent. When a commander passes away, follow them. This commander will have the base amount of destiny minus 1. Starting amount of destiny is determinant on the threat and lethality of the desired campaign, with quote heroic games having around 6 to 10, having around 8 to 10, while quote grittier games having around 1 to 3. Even though if you're playing a gritty game, I do not know why you would be using these mechanics, but I digress. So we've expanded these out a little bit, just fix things a little bit. Not much I can really do besides that. It's always one of those things, like, you can always wish you can add more things, more time, more effort into everything, but at this point, I don't feel it's really that appropriate. Okay, armored vehicles. Reduce all mobility 2 for all frames. Reduce armor on all frames by 2. No super heavy tanks. Instant increase crew amount by 2. Only small and large main guns are allowed. No radios. Modern era. Dawn of a new century. Plenty of war and carnage behind humanity. It's easy to becoming an essential part of keeping the infantry safe. Increase mobility by 2, increase armor by 1, decrease crew amount by 2, double the amount of hard points. Well, hard point costs. Technology like radio is common, so they're constant. Gauss cannons and on mecha. I want to pilot a mech. That's okay. And then we have Senchido rules. Alright, you know what? I could probably try to add some more stuff, but I don't really feel I need to. I've got all the things I wanted to add. Okay, so let's actually just do it once over again. Double check everything. Make sure I didn't miss any parts of it, which I inevitably did. Number of starting crew skills equal to the total number of crew times 3. I don't really need anything more. Actually, a max of 5 in any skill. We have a max of 5 in any. This is call support. Nothing support of the radio. They must make an authority check. They must make a 2d10 plus radio check against the regiments, against the desired supports, desired support supports target number on a success. They're able to call in their support. On a fail, they are unable to requisition the support. Actually, we're calling the support, paying the logistics cost. On a fail, they are unable to requisition the support. Supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be at all. Oh no! Now I have like this like loose little fucking thing down here. Oh god. Okay, is there anything I can? Maybe I can get rid of some of these. Maybe I can get rid of the medic one. I'm getting rid of footnotes. This is a disaster. You know it's getting serious when I have to get rid of footnotes. Okay, let's keep going. I'm mostly looking for any like notes I forgot. Natural barricades. I think I did that by doing this. Yeah, majority of the crew members survive. A majority versus I think that works pretty well if you have higher crew values. So it's like if you have a 4-man crew, if you lose two people, then yeah, you're gonna lose. But it's 4 guys in a crew. You know, it's kind of important. Extra treads. I think this place just needs a few pictures to really clean it up. Let's see. All crew members have Temple's health. Tank can move even if the engine transmission is destroyed. Ammunition not. Yeah, like all this is fine. It's arcade mode is exactly what it's supposed to be, faster and more fun. I don't really think I can add anything there. I could probably add more stuff, but I don't think I really need to. But all right, so let's hit the button here. Oof, okay, we got a lot of stuff. All right, so one of the other major reasons I like keeping the base copy of things. So this is the base copy. This is what we started with. And this is what we have right now. So let's go to word count. 77 pages, 16,500 words effectively. And we want to do word count. 57 words, 11,000. 57 pages, 11,000 words. So effectively we added about 5,000 words in about 20 pages worth of content. So go us, go team. Thank you all for sticking around for this. Redux projects are painful. I'm not going to lie about that. They're very painful to actually do. But with this, we are done with Iron Caskets. It is... I might go back in later and do some like minor patching. If you really think about it, it's not that many words. It's shorter than a book or anything like that. Let's see, Iron Caskets is done. I think what occurred works as best as I could really come up with it. It's always one of those things you always wish you can add more to things. You want to add more, more content, more to this, more to that, more to this. But sometimes you can't add everything you want to. So overall, Iron Caskets, Steel Glory did a majority of what I wanted to do with the original Iron Caskets. I think its biggest issue still is that it still straddles that line between realism and that arcadey feel to it, and arguably that's a good place to be. It's not the really crunchy over-simulationist method, and it's not the really just like fucking powered by the apocalypse tank game. It kind of has a nice little midpoint where it's fun to play, but you still kind of get the feeling of being a man in tank who goes boom boom. Given time, what I would most likely do is either use Iron Caskets as itself as a baseline to do other projects with, such as making a Steel Battalion game. A Steel Battalion with vertical tanks, and make it a mech game. I think Iron Caskets can make that work for that kind of game. I think Iron Caskets, you could probably get it to work for certain other games. If you really want to try, and I do mean like really want to fiddle with it, you could probably do a space game with it. The idea of you're effectively being you're in a spaceship with the size of a smaller crew. It's a few ships equal size to like the Firefly of the Serenity, I mean, doing things. You can make it work for that. It'd take a little bit of hacking, but you can make it work. But I feel it does its job, and that's all you can really ask for a game that technically doesn't have that much of a focus to it. Its focus is being a tank game, and it does its job of being a tank game. That's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. So what's next on the list? What's on the thingy? What's hitting? What's hopping? People are pinging me because they want me to update a goddamn lore document I made like a year and a half ago. And they're like, no, please. No, please. I want off the ride. I want off the ride. Mr. Please. Thunderbrush, no. Well, looking here, we're going to be doing Dying of Dryads next. That's the next project. That's a full commission project. And as well, I should add Dungeon Tactics. So this is the current lineup of things. We are going to be doing Dying of Dryads into Dungeon Tactics. If nobody decides to pay me any more goddamn money to write them weird porn games, we're going to be going straight into another game that someone paid me to write a weird porn game for, which is Deep Sea Endless Voyage. Then we get to move on to a new project, which is a Mega Men. I've already got some notes hammered out. If we go to my Miro. I can give a little bit more notes when it comes to Dying of Dryads as well as Dungeon Tactics when I get to it. Dying of Dryads is going to be a goddamn Song of Swords hack, which is going to be its own interesting endeavor. Because Song of Swords does its one thing very well and not much else. And I'm going to have to take that one thing and beat it to death. I'm going to have to stretch that concept of Song of Swords so far that it's going to be it's going to be tough, but it's there in my noggin. I need to make it work though, and honestly, this weekend will be me probably formulating it. Monday will be my full official getting everything to work properly. I don't know why Mira's not loading. I think they probably had an update or something, so fuck it. We'll do that on Monday. But what I may be doing on the weekends now, if I don't know, and I'm at 300 kilobytes. I'm back. Twitch, why? If you want to know why I exited out of this one, here, let me just open up the... Why? Twitch, why are you doing this to me? What did I do to you? Twitch, please. What is this? Twitch, no. This isn't how this works, Twitch. You're supposed to work for me. But what I plan on doing this weekend is, because I have so many projects kind of lined up, I asked the fellas in the Balasoba to see what they wanted, and they said, don't kill yourself, please, so don't make like Tuesday, Thursday projects. So I'm like, alright, I'll only do weekend projects. So what I'm debating on doing is taking Yige Jungo and making that my Saturday project. just every Saturday I'm going to boot it up. I'm going to be working on it a little bit, and then it'll just be kind of a weekly thing rather than 3 times a week. 3 times a week I'm going to punch it up and make it to make it the way I want. Because Yiga Jungle is at its core a goddamn it's a board game. I have the map and everything. It's going to be me attempting to write a board game. So that's what that's going to be. But, well, thank you all for watching. Godspeed, good luck. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Fuck Twitch for deciding to randomly crash my stream at random intervals this entire time. I don't know what was going on there, so sorry for random cuts if you noticed that. So thank you all. I will catch you on the flip side. If you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me in my server, the Balasoba, our Serbian Ultranationalist forum. Always ask me questions. Don't hesitate to. I'm more than willing to answer them.